This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi there, I'm KALEY with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine, one step closer to authorization for emergency use, and that would mean more vaccine supply availability if approved. The FDA confirms it's safe with about 66% efficacy against moderate disease. It's lower than the other two vaccines, but medical experts are pointing out that the Johnson & Johnson trial was conducted later on, including the study of some of the new variants, which would have played a role here. When it comes to the most serious illness, the vaccine is about 85% effective. Protection emerges about 14 days after vaccination and 28 days, no hospitalizations or deaths reported. Dr. Shad Marvasti with the University of Arizona says that's what we should focus on. Plus, it is a single dose and it can be refrigerated and transported more easily compared to the others.
It's a big deal because I think a lot of the limiting factors in terms of distribution and storage has required really very precise temperature regulation with special refrigeration units that are not always available, especially in rural clinics or even in certain inner city communities and places where the resources don't exist for that.
Vaccine approval could happen as early as tomorrow. The J&J vaccine could make home delivery of the vaccine possible, and that would be a game changer clearly for millions of people who are currently homebound. There are about 2 million Americans over the age of 65 who are homebound because of illnesses or disabilities. Doctors say getting the vaccine directly to their homes is certainly critical in the next step. Well, while you are working out, you might consider masking up. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has found masks may be the key to stopping the spread of COVID at gyms. The CDC says increased respiratory exertion does help the virus spread, unfortunately. Studies in Chicago and Hawaii are linking outbreaks to gyms when masks are not worn. Moving now to the state of education here in Arizona. For months, Arizona schools have been in the red zone. The state health department recommending they remain in virtual learning because of rampant spread. Today, though, that could change. The state's updating their metrics every Thursday, and for the past few weeks, we've been watching, too, some new COVID-19 cases plummet. Hundreds of West Valley families told not to drink their tap water. Luke Air Force Base now handing out bottled water to those affected after it was found toxic chemicals no longer in use at the base managed to make their way into the water supply. Certainly a lot of questions about that. We did talk with one couple, Anthony and Vicky, who got a letter warning them about the chemicals. Well, they just moved here in last March. By May, Nikki got violently ill, she says. No one could figure out why, and they fear the water is to blame.
Everyone living in this area should get the health check because you don't know it affects a different part on your body.
And a spokesperson there at Luke Air Force Base says this: those affected will need to use bottled water for drinking and cooking through the end of April. That pickup location is right there on your screen, 7011 North El Mirage Road in Glendale. Okay, heads up for those of you living in Glendale. Police say do not be alarmed today if you hear the sounds of military aircraft overhead. The Marine Corps will be doing some training, causing a few road closures too along the way. Well, the self-described happiest place on earth will start taking visitors again next month. And collectively, we hear, yes, right? Disney's California Adventure will reopen March 18th for the first time in nearly a year. The experience will be called The Touch of Disney. Capacity will be limited. For $75, visitors will be able to roam the park, see Disney characters, and use an unlimited photo pass. Some retail spots and restaurants will also be open. The rides will still be off limits.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. We are in for a cooler day today as the cold front brings in some cooler air. We're also going to get some stronger winds, especially in western Arizona through the morning, and here in the valley, some breezes through the morning. A high of just 71 in Phoenix today. That's 10 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. Highs reach the 40s and 50s up north. We're going to be in for a little bit of a temperature roller coaster, though. Today will be cooler behind our latest cold front. Then tomorrow and Saturday, we start to warm things back up. But then we've got another cold front and another storm system moving in that's going to drop those temperatures temperatures back down on Sunday to near 70 degrees. Then we start warming up again with another storm possible by the middle to later part of next week. So the storm that moved into northeast Arizona that's bringing the cold front today did not bring much in terms of rain or snow and won't. And will stay dry through the end of the week. It looks like the weekend looks dry now too. We're not going to see any rain chances, but instead a chance for a few snow showers up north, more winds through the weekend, and again another cool down in sight.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download our app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.